Good evening. Welcome to all the visitors here. I know we're honoring several of our teachers, and it's appropriate during American Education Week that we honor some of the innovation happening in the classroom level. We've had a busy week here in the school system. Several of our schools have hosted the Leader in Me conference that has been at the Convention Center, and that has been very successful. A lot of great attention and a lot of great visitors and a lot of great professional learning opportunities have stemmed from that. Also want to let the public know that our board, along with the boards of the Davis County Schools, the Hancock, the McLean, the Ohio County Schools, and the Henderson County Schools will be hosting a legislative meeting. We did this some years ago before the last big two-year session, budget session. We're trying to hold on to the December 15th date. That's a Tuesday night, about 6 o'clock. So we'll be inviting the legislative leaders from the surrounding areas to participate in that discussion with board members. Because all boards will be invited, it will also be open to the public to attend. Certainly a lot of stuff happening legislatively that have a lot of relevance to what we do here in our school district and serving our students. So we want to take the opportunity to talk with our legislative delegation about those things. You probably read today in the paper about our calendar. Looks like we're targeting a August 10th start date, which is consistent with the county schools, and we're glad that we can work together on that again to make sure that our students are there. The other thing, from a board member perspective, I would advise, or I would urge you to take a look at what's happening in Washington. The Congress is now a step closer to reauthorization of No Child Left Behind, ESEA. The conference committee passed it today. It will probably be going to the House and the Senate sometime in early December. So we will likely have a new federal legislative law governing education here soon, which I think is going to give some relief to some areas that we have been seeking it with some of the testing and some of those other things. So we're monitoring that and staying on top of that, and in contact with our folks in Washington and trying to position ourselves with those issues. So that's all I have. Okay, we have the Kentucky Public Relations Association and part of the Kentucky School Boards Association. They have what they call the OASIS, which is Outstanding Achievement School Information Services. And they had a banquet on November 5th in Bardstown, and we received several awards. Dave Kirk is our public information officer, so he attended that on our behalf, and certainly has been one of the prime recipients this year. Once again this year, first place for miscellaneous printed materials, our 2015 Fine Arts program, Mr. Tom Stites. Ought to come down front. We're going to have somebody take a picture of Dave Kirk here because Dave earned a distinguished for news releases, a distinguished for his feature photography, and a distinguished for his video and public service announcements, and a proficient for his feature releases, sports photography, program length videos, and a proficient for our social media and our Facebook pages. So. And I will mention, how many front pages did we get this week in the newspaper? I think just about every day. So, Dave, thanks for doing your job so well. We appreciate everything you do. Well, I just, every year, like to take a moment to honor the folks that work as educators on the front line with our students every day. This week is American Education Week, and it presents us a great opportunity to celebrate all these individuals. Janet and Dave picked the rainiest day of the week to deliver cupcakes to every building. I think it was Wednesday. And it's just a small token of our appreciation, and I'll just read this statement. Again, you know, great public schools are our basic right and our responsibility. We are truly blessed in the Owensboro Public Schools to have some of the finest students, most committed educators, supportive staff, involved parents, and engaged Board of Education and community that I've worked with in 24 years of my education career. I'd like to thank everybody who plays such an important role in changing the lives of the students that we serve. Our collective work to advance public education in the Owensboro community by educating the whole child does not simply serve our community, it really does create a community for us in the future. So my thanks again in recognizing the work that everybody here does and all the folks, all 900 of the folks that work in our schools every day. No matter what role, they all play a role as educators, so we thank you.
We certainly are a blessed school district, and I just want to once again thank the board for their generous budgeting for allowing teachers in our school district to try things out to see if they work. We once again have had a window open for iGrants, and we always say that when you apply, it has to have not been done in the Owensboro Public Schools, and it has to be able to be done, if it works, in other places. So yesterday, I had the really good fortune, along with some people in this room, to hear one of the best speakers I've ever heard in Ron Clark. He was downtown at the Leader in Me convention. And one of the visual images he uses when he speaks is if we think about our schools on a bus, and we everybody is sitting on the bus, but then we bore out a hole so that our feet can touch the floor. He said you've got some runners, you've got some joggers, and you've got some riders. So of course the runners take us where we need to go. And if you saw him speak, you would know that he is definitely a runner, because he was running all over the room and on top of the tables and all that. But what you're seeing in front of you tonight are a bunch of runners in our school district. I want to commend them for their courage to apply and for their courage to want to try something new. And so with their efforts, there are 14 grant awardees tonight for a total of $254,938.02. And so I would like to announce each individual winner and just give like a sentence description of each grant so that the crowd can get a flavor of what the grants are about. If I miss a co-author when I announce your name, please let me know so that I can publicly recognize whoever needs to be recognized. In the interest of time, since we do have 14 of these, if the principal of the school is here, when your school's name is called, go ahead and come up with the grant award recipient. Of course, the author come up, and we're going to get a quick individual school picture with Dave, and then as your name is called, if you'll just kind of stand over that way until everybody's called, then we'll get a big group shot. Okay? Okay. First award recipient is called Backyard Brains from OMS North for a total of $15,066.64. Authors are Laura Wellman, Bill Sturgis, Amanda Worth. With this interactive piece of equipment, students can hear and see brain activity as the brain sends signals to control muscle movement and see the brain in action as a student moves his arm. So we'll see how that works. Come on up. Yeah, one. Okay. They know there's just one.
Okay, there's just one. You find over your name.
Congratulations. Sure enough.
Next, we have C8 Sciences with Cravens for $1,500. Author Jill Thompson. Just like strength and conditioning program can improve the health of our heart and muscles, this targeted brain training program improves our brain's ability to sustain attention, to remember information, to think quickly, to shift focus, and use reasoning. I think I will be participating in that. So come on up. Next, Segway from Nathan Seaton. We will be using this in all our schools, we hope. But the Double is a telepresence robot that resembles a small Segway. And if you'll look behind you, it carries an iPad in place of a human. The iPad screen displays the smiling face of someone controlling the device. Right now, that's Matt Henry. That person could be anywhere in the world as long as they have an internet connection. So Nathan Seaton, come on up. Is it going to be in the picture?
Shake my hand, shake one. Congratulations. Try to get him in the picture.
This is the first. For the purposes of time, I'll carry you.
Next, we have Language Rich Play from Newton Parish for a total of $16,173.80 with author Sarah Howard. Imagination blocks are large foam blocks sets that contain a wide variety of loose parts, including cubes, bricks, cogs, curves, and cylinders. But the parts are not simply loose. They have holes and shapes that fit together in ways that allow for building, stacking, channeling, and connecting. We're excited about this for our early childhood learners especially. So come on.
Not as good at pancakes, but thank you, sir.
Yeah, everybody step up.
Step up, there we go.
Next, we have Keeping Students Engaged from Estes with a total of $11,864.99 from Faith Harrelson. With these bicycle pedal desks, students can pedal while they participate in regular classroom activities to increase rigor in physical activity, mind you, in a kindergarten classroom. So come on up, Faith. Getting Fit with Fitsteps at Newton Parish for a total of $2,678.90, Emily Hamilton being the author. These goals will focus on developing healthier habits and tracking our physical activity to be included in leadership notebooks for Leader in Me. The students will set personal and grade level goals that will track steps, activity time, and moderate to vigorous physical activity. The Fitsteps Pro pedometers will help us accomplish this goal. Out with the Old, Cravens, for $9,510.69, Janine Woods being the author. The request for the drones, robots, and iPads will help further the students' exposure and experiences with computer coding. Students will be using the skills they have learned in Tinker and applying them in the Tickle app to code the drones and robots. I mean, come on up.
You like what I chose to bring.
I don't see Ann Webb, do I?
No, two of her colleagues here, I think, are here to,
No,
or is that different?
okay, that's different.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and
Yeah,
Emily
Plummer.
Plummer. No? Okay. All right, Operation STEM from Estes for a total of $24,000 with author Whitney Jewell. Students in my school need more physical, hands-on materials that will allow them to develop innovative ideas and solve problems in an environment where they can explore, plan, create, experiment, and improve upon not only their ideas, but the ideas of others as well. So STEM materials for Estes. Mobile Global Classroom, OHS, for a total of $39,030, author J.P. Clark. In the past 2 years, Science Standards have explored project-based learning, competency-based education, and most recently, open-ended learning, similar to Genius Hour. This particular equipment that's being requested for this grant will allow students to be even more mobile and more connections being made to the world. J.P. Clark.
Genius Hour is my kids' favorite part of the day. Great, thank you, congratulations. They love it.
Projects students lead the way at Owensboro Innovation Academy for a total of $15,245, author Jennifer Cecil and Stephanie Gray. Homerooms have focused on student-generated programs needed to fulfill needs of the students, the school, and the community. For example, students decided they wanted a news program to keep students and facilitators informed about the events in the school. So each homeroom has developed their own project, and these funds will help fund those individual projects. So come on up, Jennifer. Bottles for Brain Power, Faust, in a total of $4,500. Melissa Staylor and Jamie Holman. The benefits of proper water consumption include increased memory, cognition, and improved attention, as well as reduced obesity risks, health, and dental issues. By providing students with easy access to individual filtered water from a hands-free, germ-free water source, our hopes to improve student attendance and academic performance through promoting the benefits of healthy choices and healthy bodies will reign. So let's see if that happens. Go. Standing room only at Sutton for a total of $25,000 with author Gina Davis. My project, Standing Room Only, is a new and creative approach in education to replace regular student desks and chairs with innovative standing desks and stools as one way to add physical activity in the classroom, meet the needs of kinesthetic learners, engage students, and to help students concentrate. Gina. And last but not least, we have PBL Academy at OMS North for $50,000 with author George Powell. OMS North is looking to add a project-based learning academy. We will start off with 57th and 56th grader students in the coming school years.